Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to talk about how to find the probability of a single event, okay? We're almost done with the TSI math prep course. We got 2 more videos, this video and 1 more after it. So y'all hang in there so y'all can go past that TSI math course. All right, so what is probability? Probability is a measure of something, how likely something can happen, okay? It gives us a measure of how likely something can happen. I have a scale right here, and as you can see, a probability of 0 means it's impossible that that thing is gonna happen, all right? A probability of 1, it means that it's certain, for sure, that it's gonna happen. And then a probability of 1/2 means it's like a 50-50 chance that it will happen. And as you can see in this scale, a probability between 0 and 1/2 is unlikely, and a probability between 1/2 and 1 is likely. All right, so this kind of give you an idea of how the measures are for probability. It's a number between 0 and 1. It gives us the probability or the chances or the likeliness of something happening. All right, so let's look at some key terms. All right, so we're gonna look at some key terms that we need to be able to understand in order to know how to find the probability of a single event. The first term is outcome. The outcome is a possible result of something happening, okay? So for example, I have a dice. You know, we like to use dice and rolling dice and probability. And this probability, or this dice, has 6 sides on it, and it's numbered 1 through 6. So my possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So each one of these numbers are considered an outcome, okay? So an outcome is one possible result. So 2 is a possible outcome. 3 is a possible outcome, all right? Now, a sample space is where you list all of your possible outcomes. And we usually list it inside of braces, and we separate the outcomes with commas. So with this dice, all of my possible outcomes, my sample space, will be the number 1, followed by 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have 6 possible outcomes, and that will be my sample space, okay? And then the last term is event. Event is what we're interested in. Like, we're interested in knowing the outcome of a certain thing. So for example, it could be we're interested in rolling a 3, or it could be we're interested in rolling an odd number or rolling an even number. The event is the thing that we're interested in. And so what we're going to talk about in this video is how to find the probability of a single event, one event, because you can also find the probability of multiple events, all right? Now, the formula for finding the probability of a single event is the number of interested outcomes, or the number of the event that we're interested in, divided by the total number of possible outcomes, or you would say the total number of the sample space, okay? So we're going to look at some examples to make this clear for you. And if at any point you have questions about anything I'm saying, you just go ahead and type those questions in the comments, okay? Let's look at some examples. Okay, for this first example, we want to roll a fair side of 6 dice, a 6-sided dice. So this is an example of one. As you can see, it has 6 sides, and it's fair-sided because each side has its own separate number. It wouldn't be fair if, for instance, I had 2 sides with a 2 on it. Then in that case, it wouldn't be fair. But this is a fair-sided dice because each number has an equal chance of being selected. And so we want to roll this dice, and we want to find out what is the probability of rolling a 4. So if I was to roll it, what are the chances that I get a 4? I actually got a 4, y'all. Okay. So the way you will find that probability is you will take the number of possible outcomes for the event that you're interested in, which is a 4. How many times can I get a 4? There's only a 4 on one side. So the probability of getting a 4 will be equal to the 1, because that's the total number of the event that I'm interested in, the 4. And that'll be divided by the total number of possible outcomes, the total of your sample space. And remember, the sample space for this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So my sample space will be 6. So the total number of possible outcomes will be 6. So the probability of rolling a 4 will be 1 divided by 6, because I could get a 4 one time, and there are 6 different numbers that I can get. All right. Part B says, what is the probability of rolling greater than a 4? So remember, my sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which of those numbers are greater than 4? Well, 5 and 6 is greater than 4. All right. So how many times can I get a 5 or a 6? Well, there's 1 5 and there's 1 6. Okay. So the way I will write that is that I will write the probability that X is bigger than 4. All right. And X is just a random variable that we use. But there are 2 numbers that are bigger than 4, which is 5 and 6. And I can get each of those once. So that would be a total of 2 times. There are 2 different ways I can get the interested event, and that'll be over the sample size, the number of the sample space, which is 6, okay? The total number of possible outcomes. There are 6 possible outcomes. So the probability of getting a number that's bigger than 4 would be 2 out of 6. And that number can actually be reduced because if you look, 2 can go into both the top and the bottom. So if you divide the top by 2, you get 1. And if you divide the bottom by 2, you get 3. So that probability would be 1 over 3. All right, let's look at another example. All right, example 2 says a bag has 3 red marbles, 2 blue marbles, and 5 green marbles. What is the probability of drawing a red? So we got a bag with marbles in it. There's a total of 3 plus 2, which is 5, plus another 5, which is 10. There's a total of 10 marbles in it. But I want to know what's the probability that when I pull a marble out, it's going to be a red marble. All right. So the probability of a red will be equal to how many reds are there? Well, there are 3 red marbles. So there are three different ways I can pull out a red marble. Now, how many different marbles can I pull out? There are 10 marbles total. So that would be 3 out of 10. Okay. Now, what does that mean? We talked about the number on the scale from 0 to 1 earlier. If you was to do 3 divided by 10, that would give you 0.3. Now, 0.3 is in that 0 to 0.5 range, which means it's unlikely that will happen. It's a lower chance that I will pull out a red marble, okay? And so that's how you would interpret the probability. And so that's an example of how you will find the probability that a red marble is drawn on that problem. Let's look at one more example. Okay, in this last example, we want to find the probability of choosing a vowel from the word probability, okay? So first of all, what is the event that we're interested in? It's pulling a vowel. So we want to know what is the probability of a vowel, of choosing a vowel. Well, what is a vowel? If you remember, in English, your vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So there are 5 vowels, but we want to know how many vowels are there in the word probability. So if we look at the word probability, we have a vowel here, which is O, that's 1. We have a vowel here, A, which is 2. We have another vowel here, I, which is 3, and another vowel here, I, which is 4. So there are 4 vowels in the word probability. Well, how many letters are there in the word probability? So we will need to count each letter to figure out what's the total number of possible outcomes. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 letters in the word probability. So the probability of choosing a vowel from the word probability would be 4 out of 11. And that's all you would do. That's how you find the probability of a single event. You need to know how many times can you get that event that you're interested in over how many total possible outcomes are there in whatever experiment that you're doing, all right? So this is something that is a part of the TSI testing. And so you definitely want to make sure that you go to my free TSI math prep course and do some more practice. I have some practice problems that you can do to make sure that you truly understand how to find the probability of a single event. If you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to put them in the comments, or you can send me an email. My contact information is in the description on my homepage. And so thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. We got one more to go, y'all. So hang in there.